2, I want you to reopen the last game that you saved. You do that by pressing load, and you should have something that looks like this with your doors and your 2 enemies and your weapon. What we're going to do now is going to add some underground sections. We're going to increase the difficulty a little bit, so we're going to zoom out a little bit using that. And we're going to do blocks and tiles, scroll down till we find tunnel. This allows us to make underground sections, so we're going to actually zoom in again and choose this tunnel here. Now all these objects can be rotated, so if you move it to here, you can notice this little arrow, and I'll just zoom in for you. You can see the arrow just there. And if I click and rotate that, you can just move that to wherever you want. I'm going to click on this piece of ground and get rid of it so that our tunnel drops straight down. I'm going to press delete on that. And now I'm going to make a junction. And I'm going to rotate that one as well, like so. I'm going to put an end on this left-hand side. Nobody wants to go that way. And I'm going to just keep going this way with this one here. Right, I might even make it go down another notch. I might turn a corner, make it go even deeper. And I'll go down a little bit more. And that'll be the end of my tunnels. And what I'll have at the bottom here is another little corner. Which is where I'll find my key. Alright, so we've made ourselves a big deep tunnel. Zoom out to have a look at it. And you can see our tunnel there. What we're going to do now is grab our key. We're going to put it down the end, so that's not so easy to get to. And we're going to need some way to navigate these big drop-offs because we won't be able to jump that high. So I'm just going to, we can either use elevators, although probably not really what we're after for underground tunnels. I'm going to go with ladders. So I just missed it then. There it is, ladder. Drag it in. I'm going to put it just there. And if I click on this and press shift, no, that's not going to work. I might have to drag it and just keep adding more ladder like so. Always nice to, it's a bit easier to use if you make it pop out a little bit as well. And it's also much easier if you make it double width. Just speaking from a little bit of map making experience, it's a bit easier for the user if you make it poke out a little bit. Alright, we're going to make our second ladder down here as well, like this. This one's a little bit time consuming, so I'm just going to fast forward. Alright, now that we've got our ladders, let's test it out. Test level. Click to play. You'll notice it's dark down here. You fall down the ladders. If you press up on the ladder, you should be able to walk out. There we go. Now, there's our key. Nice and easy. Okay. Now what we need to do is add some lighting and stuff down here because our cave's pretty dark. Although you can leave it if you want, but I'm going to put some fire. Little candle thingies, torches, that's what I'm after. I'll put one there, and I might put one there. And what I'm going to do is put some hazards down here. So I'm going to put a, where is it? A crusher, that's what we're after. Just zoom out a little bit. This thing here. So that's going to constantly just drop down and crush. So I might just move it here. So you have to run in and grab your key and run out. That's the hazard, and I might put a baddie down here as well. Put a bat. Cool. So now we have an underground section, a hazard, and our key. And now what we want to do is also add some more to our level. So I'm going to add an escape pod. So the place for us to go to get to win. So I'm going to just copy and paste a few more of these. Just going to build a little bit more for us. And I'm going to make a hazard that you can't land in. So I'm going to go with lava. Because what's a good map without some lava to fall in, right? There we go. You need to hold shift and drag. There we go. There's our lava. And we're going to move this over here. Just build a little bit more. And we're going to have our spaceship over here to escape in. And I'll put this little platform here for us to jump on so that we can make it over and not fall in and die. Cool. Power-ups. I'm going to go with, where is it? Escape pod. There we go. So now our objective is to get through this, get to the escape pod. Let's test it, give it a shot. So what we need to do is drop our jump height a little bit to make it a bit easier, or add a way to fly over this big hole in the ground. And I'm going to go with a jump height. So I'm going to move going to delete these, and we're going to have a gap for us to jump over so that we can land in there. And just for the sake of this, to test our jumping and such, we're just going to drag our little man over here so we don't have to do the rest of the mission, and test whether our jumping distance is right. And there we go. Amazing. All right, so we've built an underground section with some ladders, and we've got a new objective. I'm going to move my guy back to the beginning with an enemy and a crusher. That's not too bad. What we're going to do now is just add a little bit more gun ammo, because you might have noticed I ran out. So I'm just going to put that here in the corner. So this red gun ammo is the same as the red gun here. Okay. That's all we're going to do for this shoot. I want you to save as, and you're just going to call it lesson 1.2, and we're just going to keep building on from there. So